the syllabus of UGC?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
have seen which system is there after digestive system? Okay, no problem. So we are going to learn today about excretory system. Okay, we are going to learn today about excretory system. I'm going to share my slide. So we're going to learn about human excretory system. But the thing is, what we are going to learn in slide means what we are having in our notes, that is the main excretory system. But human excretory system is not all about only kidneys and bladder and arteries and veins. Human excretory system is more than this. At first, tell me what is excretion? What do you people understand about excretion?
Removal of
Tell me
waste
one by one.
Remove
material.
the wastage from the body.
Okay. Other people's? Other people? Let me see you all. Don't waste time. We have enough time. We are having very limited time for NET exam. Please answer me. What do you understand by excretion?
Ma'am, detox the body.
Detox the body, removal of waste material. Okay. Any other? Till now, who have answered? One that is Kalishwari ma'am and another two was answering.
Ma'am, it may be called as it is an excretion or elimination of metabolic waste from the organisms.
Wow. Very good. You are absolutely correct. Removal of metabolic waste. Not only waste, metabolic waste. That is excretion. You are absolutely correct. So, excretion is removal of metabolic waste. Now, you will be amazed after knowing that our stool or feces is not a part of our excretory system. Because till now, I think you all should be thinking that stool or feces are part of our excretory system, or these are excretions of our body. No, it's not like that. Our excretion means removal of metabolic waste. Now, why this stool or feces are not metabolic waste? Because these are metabolism occurs in the cell, and this stool are not entering to the body cells. It is only passing through our alimentary canal, right? It's entering from mouth and being digested, and the waste material of digestion that is being passed from large intestine. So it is not metabolized. So the metabolic waste are what? In human body, what are metabolic wastes? Metabolic wastes are carbon dioxide and water. These two things are metabolic waste in human body, and some nitrogenous waste. So, carbon dioxide is secreted from our lungs, right? When we breathe out, carbon dioxide is excreted. Each cell is excreting carbon dioxide. Each cell is respirating. when we will learn about respiration, then we will learn about two types of respiration, that is internal respiration and external respiration. Internal respiration is that respiration which is done by each cell, and external respiration is the respiration that we breathe in and breathe out. So by doing internal respiration, each cell of human body is excreting carbon dioxide, and that is the part of excretion. So that carbon dioxide is excreted from lungs by breathing out, right? So CO2 is one of the important excretory factor of human body, and this excretion is done by lungs. So lungs is a very important excretory organ of human body, right? And next one is some salts are also being excreted, that are excreted by our skin through sweat. And through sweat, the metabolic waste, that is water, too is excreted. Two means carbon dioxide is excreted by lungs, and this water is excreted by skin and kidney. Right? We all know kidneys are mainly the excretory organ. So extra metabolic waste, that is water, is being filtered by kidney and is excreted by urine. So what are the excretory organs we have discussed till now? First, that is lungs, which is excreting CO2. That is a very important metabolic waste, should be excreted. Next one is water, that is excreted by skin and kidney by urine. And another one is nitrogenous waste. But this nitrogenous waste also excreted by skin and kidney, because nitrogenous waste is in the form of salts, right? Urea, ammonia, and uric acid. These are nitrogenous waste. So these urea, ammonia, and uric acid are excreted by kidney and skin through urine and sweat, right? So can you please tell me now, what is the largest excretory organ of human body?
Skin, ma'am. Skin, ma'am.
Very good. Very good.
Ma'am,
Yes, please. Do you want to say something?
ma'am, I told skin, ma'am.
Okay, very good. So skin is the largest excretory organ of human body. But the main excretory organ is kidney. Means there are two kidneys. So excretory organs are kidneys. Now, we will enter to the main excretory system. The excretory system is a biological system that removes excess unnecessary materials from the body fluids of organisms, so as to help maintain internal chemical homeostasis and prevent damage to body. Main excretory system consists of two kidneys, two ureters, urinary bladder, urethra. Okay, you can see here the picture also. These two blood vessels, one is artery and one is vein. Depicted artery depicted by red color, vein depicted by blue color. So this artery is bringing oxygenated blood or pure blood, and sorry, I'm sorry. Um, this vein is bringing that impure blood and being filtered in kidney and then carried out by aorta. And the waste material filtered by kidney is passing through ureter and storing in bladder, that is urinary bladder, and then by our urinary is created by this urinary bladder, and then by our own uh, control, by our humans voluntary control, urethra opens, right? So when we wish to excrete out urine, then only urethra opens, right? So the outer portion of urethra, anus, these are made up of skeletal muscle. That is why they are voluntary. Otherwise, if they won't be voluntary, then I think disaster or hazards, biohazards may be created in environment, right? So the outer portion of urethra, anus, these are made up of voluntary muscles or skeletal muscles. So we can control the outer portion of urethra and anus. Next is, now we will learn about kidneys. Kidneys are bean-shaped organs located lie on a posterior abdominal wall. Means it is more close from the back side of body, right? So one on each side of vertebral column behind the peritoneum and below the diaphragm. Below the diaphragm, these kidneys are located here. You can see in this picture. Here are two kidneys. You can see here, and above both kidneys, you can see triangle-shaped gland is present, yellow in color. Those are adrenal glands, right? Just on the top of kidney, just like a birthday cap, like kidney is wearing a birthday cap, like that only. Adrenal gland is present on the head of kidney. Then extend from T12 to L3. Now, these two floating ribs we have discussed in the skeletal system about ribs. So we have detailed knowledge about ribs. So we all know that there are two floating ribs, two pairs of floating ribs. So these two pairs of floating ribs are protecting kidneys. So they are from T12 to means T11, 12 to L3. L3 means lumbar 3. Right kidney is slightly lower than the left due to space occupied by liver. We have studied about liver in digestive system. So the liver is situated in on which side of body? Please answer me. Answer first.
Ma'am,
Isn't it?
one more time,
Right
please
side,
ask.
ma'am. Right side, ma'am.
Yes, very good. Liver is situated on the right hand side of body. So, due to space occupied by liver, our right kidney is slightly lower than left kidney, right? Due to space occupied by liver, right kidney is slightly lower than left kidney. You can see in the picture too, right? Now, structure of kidney. An outer fibrous capsule is present of kidney, and then a cortex is present, that is reddish brown layer of tissue below capsule. It's a capsule, that is the outer covering of kidney, and that capsule is fibrous. And then under that capsule, cortex is present, that is reddish brown layer of tissue below capsule. Then under cortex, medulla is present. Medulla is innermost layer consisting conical shaped and renal pyramids. Right? Then helium, concave medial border of kidney where blood vessels, ureter enter the kidney. Right? Where blood vessels are entering the kidney. That concave medial border of kidney is helium. Top of each pyramid is papilla. This papilla drains into collective called minor and major. This calyx is of two types, minor and major. The capsules merge together to form pelvis. This pelvis narrows to turn into ureter. Okay, this pelvis become narrow and they turn into ureter. Ureter means the tube which is transferring the waste material from kidney to bladder. Now, two triangular adrenal glands are at the top of each kidney. We have already discussed, right? So you can, I think it's a bit haphazard for you. So should I repeat this once again or it's clear?
Yes, ma'am. One more time.
Okay. So at first, the outer covering, that is fibrous, that is known as fibrous capsule, the outer covering of kidney. It is fibrous capsule. It's a capsule, means it's a covering, sheet, fibrous sheet. Then under that covering, cortex. Cortex is present, that is reddish brown layer of tissue. Means cortex is of reddish brown color. Then under that cortex, medulla is present. Medulla is the innermost layer consisting conical shaped the renal pyramids. Means this medulla is consisting conical shaped that are known as renal pyramids. You can see when if kidney, yeah, here. These from this diagram you will be clear. That is the outer layer, that is reddish brown in color, that is cortex, and inside that cortex medulla is present, and this medulla is consisting of these triangular shaped portions. You can see here 1 2 3 4 5 6 triangular shapes are there, that those are known as pyramids, right? Now this concave medial border of kidney where blood vessels ureter enter the kidney. Sorry, medulla is the innermost layer consisting conical shape the renal pyramids, right? Means renal pyramids are of, yes,
Bracket you have marked 12 hyphen 18.
I'm not getting you, please repeat.
Ma'am, in medulla, innermost layer consisting of conical shaped renal pyramid. Within the bracket, you have written as 12 hyphen 18. What is that, ma'am?
Yes, that is the number of pyramids present in each kidney.
Okay.
Yeah. Then Helium. Helium is the concave medial border of kidney where blood vessels, ureter enter the kidney. Now, you can see here where the blood vessels and ureter is entering the kidney. That is known as renal helium. It is also marked here. Here it is renal helium, the concave shape of kidney, from where all these vessels are entering and the ureter is also entering. This concave shape of kidney is known as renal helium. Then, tip of each pyramid is papilla. This papilla drain urine into a collecting system called calyx, minor, and major. Now, see here. This papilla is the tip of each pyramid. Here you can see papilla, tip of each pyramid. When the pyramid, apex of each pyramid is papilla, from where urine is being collected to ureter, right? Then collecting to system called, yeah, this papilla drain urine into collecting system called calyx, minor and major. Now see here in this picture, this collecting portion where urine or waste material from kidney is being collected from pyramids, from the narrower portion, means the closer portion of this um, ureter or calyx, means how can I explain? The ureter is starting from this minor calyx, and these minor calyx are being collected as major calyx, and then this major calyx is extending as ureter, right? Means after urine is being produced in pyramid, then it is coming to minor calyx. From each pyramid, it is coming to minor calyx, and from each minor calyx, all those materials are collected by major calyx, and from here, this major calyx is being extended as ureter. Right? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay. The calyx merge together to form renal pelvis. This renal pelvis narrows to turn into ureter. Yes. Before the extension is occurring from this major calyx, the middle portion between major calyx and ureter, uh, in between major calyx and ureter, this renal pelvis is present. This renal pelvis is continuing as ureter. Then two triangular adrenal glands are present on the top of each kidney. Now, the kidneys perform mainly crucial functions, including, now we will discuss about the functions of kidney. What are the functions? Maintain overall fluid balance of human body, regulating and filtering minerals from blood. Right. The kidneys are filtering it in urine. Salts are there, minerals are there. That is why urine is salty, and
Means which salt is present in urine?
Potassium.
Urea, ma'am.
Urea and ammonia, these are the nitrogenous waste present in urine. Okay. So filtering waste material from food, medications, and toxic substances. So you all have uh, observed any time in your life that people who are taking medications, their urine is different, maybe in texture, maybe in color, maybe any other parameter. Urine is different in people who are taking medications. So these medications are, when these medications are taken by the patient, then the waste material that is filtered by kidney, and urine becomes more, means sometimes it becomes parameters vary due to medications. Sometimes it becomes red, sometimes it becomes pink, sometimes it becomes dark yellow. It depends. So
Ma'am, shall I ask one question?
yeah, obviously.
Sometime tablet color is red, urine also color red. That is also you told, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is called. Um, you told waste material from food. Like that, medicines also like that. What title? Sorry, ma'am, I can't understand.
If
I
you
can't.
are not being able to talk in English, you can talk in other language in which you are comfortable.
No, ma'am, I can understand, ma'am. You will you tell, ma'am.
Do you know Hindi and any other language other than Dravidian? Okay, no
You,
problem. Try to make understand me.
ma'am, I can understand, ma'am. You follow. You carry on, ma'am.
What was your question? You were telling that red color urine, something about red color urine, right?
Sometime red color, sometime yellow color. Um, urine
Yeah.
is came. So I ask that is depend upon medicines or health problem.
Yeah, maybe some health problem, maybe due to medicines. You may go
Hmm.
to urologist and check. You should
Okay,
have a
ma'am.
health checkup. That only
Okay.
doctors can make you clear.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
and you should obviously go to doctors. Okay. So filtering waste material from food, medications, and toxic substances, creating hormones that help produce red blood cells, promote bone health, and regulate blood pressure. Means sometimes kidney create hormones that help or produce red blood cells, that help to produce red blood cells, promote bone health, and regulate blood pressure. Now, do you know, or can you answer me, which hormone produced by kidney regulates blood pressure? Any?
Adrenaline.
Please repeat.
Adrenaline.
No, adrenaline is not produced by kidney. Okay, no problem. Kidney is producing these three hormones. These are erythropoietin, calcitoriin, sorry, calcitriol, and renin. So this renin is responsible in our body to regulate blood pressure. So, kidney having a major role in regulating our blood pressure. It has a bit long physiology. If we get time after complete syllabus, also discuss all these extras.
Okay. So these three hormones are produced by kidney. They secrete the hormone erythropoietin to stimulate red blood cells. Okay, erythropoietin is produced by kidney, and this erythropoietin hormone stimulate production of red blood cells. Erythropoietin is very close to which terminology? That is another name of red blood cells we have already discussed. Another name of red blood cells are
Erythrocyte.
erythrocytes. Very good. So erythropoietin is a hormone which stimulates to produce erythrocytes. They are and the next hormone is calcitriol. They activate vitamin D
To the hormone calcitriol needed for calcium reabsorption during digestion. Right? So calcitriol is needed for reabsorption of calcium. And the last is renin, a substance that leads to secretion of aldosterone. So this aldosterone then comes to blood pressure. So renin is indirectly or directly regulating our blood pressure. Now, the functional unit of kidney means the smallest unit or functional unit of kidney is known as nephron, right? So this is very important question in that point of view. The functional unit of kidney, that is nephron. Here urine is formed from the blood. Means in nephron only, in one single nephron, this urine is being formed from the blood. And what it contains? Renal corpuscle, glomerulus surrounded by Bowman's capsule. We will have a view to picture here. Here you can say in this picture, you can see in this picture, this is the picture of one nephron. There are millions of nephrons in each kidney, right? Like this is a larger view of one nephron only. And there are millions of nephrons in each kidney, right? So you can see here what one nephron is containing. It is containing Bowman's capsule. Here you can see as a rounded shaped cup, rounded or cup shaped, means not totally rounded, it is cup shaped. From one side, artery is coming, and it's going inside to the cup, and it is forming glomerulus. You can see here it is forming glomerulus, and the cup that is covering this glomerulus is renal corpuscle. The cup shape that is represented here by off-white color or creamy color, that is a renal corpuscle uh, cup shaped uh, capsule, that is renal corpuscle, and inside that renal corpuscle these artery is forming glomerulus, and this hole is known as Bowman's capsule because this was invented by a great scientist named as Bowman. That is why Bowman capsule, right? Now, one important information I should convey to you, that is, sometimes we have to remove one kidney. So in that case, after removing one kidney, the another kidney automatically becomes a bit larger in shape. Means when we remove one kidney, then automatically the another kidney becomes a bit larger in shape. Now, should proceed. First nephron is containing renal corpuscle, we have seen in the picture, and second is renal tubule, proximal convoluted tubule, medullary loop or loop of Henley, distal convoluted tubule leading to collecting duct. Now we can see here, you can see here, proximal convoluted tubule. Just when the tubule is closer to Bowman's capsule, means when this Bowman's capsule is extending to tubule, that is proximal convoluted tubule, and then uh, distal convoluted tubule. Proximal means closer to Bowman's capsule, distal means away from Bowman's capsule. Okay, so these two tubules are there, and from this distal convoluted tubule, finally urine is being collected by collecting duct to ureter. And you can see here a loop is being formed between proximal tubule and distal tubule. A loop is being formed, highly networked, highly uh, puzzled loop is formed between this proximal and distal tubule. This loop is known as loop of Henley. Also, again, this loop is founded by scientist Henley. That is why loop of Henley. And this loop is present in between proximal convoluted tubule and distal convoluted tubule. And in after this, okay, then blood enters to kidney through renal artery at hilum. We have already discussed what is the hilum, right? Here we have discussed the concave part of kidney where all these blood vessels and ureter is entering, that is hilum. So the blood enters to kidney through the renal artery at hilum. Renal artery divided into smaller arteries and arterioles in kidney. Then in cortex, an arteriole enters and subdivided into cluster of tiny arteries from glomerulus, forming glomerulus. So the renal artery is bringing the blood and entering to the kidney, and in kidney it is further divided into small tiny arterioles, and these arterioles are forming these arterioles are forming glomerulus, right? A glomerular capsule, Bowman's capsule. Glomerulus means artery is forming the glomerulus only. Here you can say this glomerulus is formed by artery only, small tiny artery. Then each glomerulus surrounded by Bowman capsule. Each glomerulus is surrounded by cup-shaped Bowman's capsule. Then in that passage, filtrate in glomerular capsule passes to proximal convoluted tubule, right? Here you can see in the picture, after the glomerulus, the waste material is conveyed to proximal convoluted tubule. Then it is going to loop of Henley, then coiled distal convoluted tubule, then drainage to collecting duct, minor calyx, major calyx, renal pelvis, ureter, urinary bladder, urethra. Very simple. Just go to this picture. Here, from this red colored renal artery, this renal artery is entering to kidney. Here you can see, and in kidney it is coming from outside, then coming to helium and going to each pyramid, and there going to the cortex, and there this artery is divided into very tiny arterioles, and these arterioles are forming glomerulus, and this glomerulus is covered by Bowman's capsule. Then in this filtration of blood is occurring in Bowman's capsule, and waste material is collected by this proximal convoluted tubule. Then the waste material is going to loop of Henley. Then after loop of Henley, it is coming to distal convoluted tubule, and from this distal convoluted tubule, the waste material is collected by collecting duct, and from collecting duct, it is going to ureter. From ureter, urinary bladder, and from urinary bladder, it's going to urethra and being passed out. Finally, clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
If it is not clear, I think it is clear because it's not that complicated. It's very simple. If it is not clear, if you will go through the slide, then it will be very, very clear when you will read yourself. Because it is clearly mentioned in this slide which process or in which part is coming after which, and which process is going on. Then steps of urine formation, that is first process of urine formation is as blood passes from afferent arteriole into glomerulus, blood pressure pushes water, electrolytes, creatinine, urine, nitrogen, and glucose from capillaries into capsule through filtration membrane. It forms glomerular filtrate. Blood cells, large proteins remain in bloodstream. Okay, so which things are being filtered? That are when blood is passing from arteriole into glomerulus, blood pressure pushes water, erythrocytes, creatinine, urine, nitrogen, and glucose. It forms glomerular filtrate. But blood cells, large proteins remain in bloodstream only. These are not being filtrated. Now, second part is tubular reabsorption of selective reabsorption. Means in the first step you are seeing here, when blood pressure is pushing water, electrolytes, creatinine, urine, nitrogen, and glucose. So these are not all waste materials. Some, not only some, so much of important necessary materials are also there here, like electrolytes, creatinine, nitrogen, glucose. All these are not waste materials, but these materials are being filtered in glomerulus. So this material is being collected from proximal convoluted tubule. So these necessary things are being reabsorbed. So we are now going to discuss about this reabsorption. Second process is urine formation, the final formation of urine. That is, the glomerulus filtrate contains waste, but also other substances the body needs. That is, essential ions, glucose, amino acids, and smaller proteins. Because large proteins cannot pass, only smaller protein pass through this filtration. So when the blood is being filtered in glomerulus or Bowman's capsule, then these necessary materials are also being filtered, like essential ions, glucose, amino acid, smaller proteins. So when the filtrate exits the glomerulus, it flows into a duct in the nephron called renal tubule. Then, as it moves, the needed substances and some water are reabsorbed through the tube wall into adjacent capillaries. Okay, the means through the tube wall into as it moves, the needed substances and some water are reabsorbed through the tubule wall into adjacent capillaries. The most reabsorption takes place in primary convoluted tubule, bicarbonates, calcium, and phosphate. These are the things which are being reabsorbed in primary convoluted tubules. So primary convoluted tubules reabsorbing bicarbonates, calcium, and phosphate. Distal convoluted tubule reabsorb water and sodium. Okay, and loop of Henley reabsorb carbonates and glucose. So now you see here, it will be clear now. Blood is coming through renal artery, and this artery is further divided to tiny arterioles, and these arterioles are forming glomerulus. Here in glomerulus, filtration is primary filtration is occurring. In this filtration, so many necessary materials are also getting passed. Means they are also getting passed for as a waste material. But all these are not waste materials. Some necessary materials for body are also being filtered. So these necessary materials are being reabsorbed in this proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, and distal convoluted tubule, right? Now, see, what are being reabsorbed by proximal convoluted tubule? Proximal convoluted tubule is reabsorbing bicarbonates, calcium, and phosphate. Then distal means after proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle is coming, right? See here. After proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle is coming, right? If we go through systematically, then in loop of Henle, what is being absorbed? That is reabsorption of carbonates and glucose. In loop of Henle, reabsorption of carbonates and glucose is occurring. Then after loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule is there, and distal convoluted tubule is reabsorbing water and sodium, right? Now, tubular secretion. The filtrate absorbed in the glomerulus flows through renal tubule. When nutrients and water are reabsorbed into capillaries. Uh, at the same time, substances uh, not required such as waste iron, drugs, and hydrogen ions pass from capillaries into renal tubule. This process is called secretion. Means the filtrate absorbed in glomerulus flows through renal tubule, where nutrients and water are reabsorbed into capillaries. Right? Means this filtrated blood is is absorbed in glomerulus and then flows through renal tubule, where nutrients and water are reabsorbed into capillaries. At the same time, substances not required such as waste ions, drugs, and hydrogen ions pass from capillaries into renal tubule. This process is called secretion. Are you guys getting it? Means when filtration is occurring, at the same time some unwanted things like hydrogen ions and drugs and waste ions are being secreted from these capillaries to renal tubule. And all these processes are going on, but is it 9? Okay. Okay, is it being too much today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. So I think we should conclude today's session, right? It's 9 o'clock and some another meeting is pending. So and Rahul Bhaiya is also waiting, right?